Hello there everybody, Tim here from Lessons on the Web, the channel dedicated to teaching the world about piano and music, and today we are learning the Star Spangled Banner so you can impress you and yourself and your friends this 4th of July. So let's get started. Well, hello, and here we are at the piano once again. So what I'm going to do for this lesson is, instead of walking you through every little individual note, which would take forever, you can follow along with the light up keys, the sheet music that you can see here, and I'm also going to walk you through it, with my voice, and also you can follow along with my fingers, figure out what fingering to use, because that's very important in playing through the song smoothly. Just one more thing before we get started is that we have two flats in this song. We have a B flat and an E flat. So every B and every E is flat unless it tells you otherwise in the middle of the song. So what we're going to start with is our right hand first line, and our first three notes are F, D, B flat. And you want to hit that with fingers 3, 2, and 1. And that allows you to play through the second measure into the third measure, where you have the half note D and B flat. Then after that, you're going to have to move up to hit G flat and D, and then back down. Don't forget about the B flat, and then C and E natural, so that just means regular E. We'll not have an E flat there to C and F. Two F8 notes. You'll have to pick up your hand to play F and D, D and B flat again, to C and A, and then here, careful, you have a B flat here with F and B flat, another one of those. Now we're two measures from the end of the first line, B flat and D again. And then after that, as you get to this dotted 8th to the 16th, that's like starting the song over again. So you just use the same fingering with 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, and that will set you up to play line 2. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play, actually one thing I want to mention is you will have to watch certain parts of this lesson again and again to get it. Chances are you won't get, the first line the first try, so you have to rewatch it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play through the right hand at full speed. So there you go. It will take a while for you to get into that speed, and like I said, you'll probably have to watch over that little portion with line 1, the right hand, a few times to get it. Okay, now time for the left hand. We have the same three starting notes as before, except this time our fingering is going to be 2, 3, 5. 3, 2, this is the end of measure 2, and then you're going to move to hit G and B flat. Again, careful of the B flats. Down to D and A, back up to G and B flat. A little bit more spread out here to hit C on the bottom, B flat there. Moving into the 5th measure to F and A, 2/8 notes. Careful there, that one's a pretty spread apart note distance, which is just B flat octaves. Down to F and A, and then careful here for the E flat. Now 3 measures from the end of the line. D and B flat to B flat octaves, and then just B flat by itself. And then just like the right hand, at the end of that next to last measure, you have the F, D, B flat, D, F. So that sets you up to play basically the beginning part again. So now I'm going to play the left hand all the way through at full speed. You'll probably have to watch that left hand part a few times when you watch the recording. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play through slowly just the first line, hands together. So when you put it hands together, it will take time, and you will have to go slow. time to work up to that. I just played at full speed one time to just kind of give you an idea of what you're working up to. So now we're going to take line 2 here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so line 2 here, we have D and B flat again. Let me move that over that way. Right there. And then you're going to jump up to hit G flat and D again, just like on the top line. And D and B flat there. D, C and E, to C and F. Back up to F and D. D and B flat to C and A. Careful the B flats again here, but this is just like the first line again. So now when you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, the 7th measure over, when you get to the 8th notes up here, you'll have to physically move your hand up an octave to play these. You have B flat, D, C, E flat, careful the E flat, D and F, D and F again, and then down a little bit to A and C, B flat, D, C and E flat. And then back down to B flat and D, C, and then D and B flat for the end of that line. Okay, now I'm going to play it a bit faster. Remember, this is what you're working up to. So there we go. Back to the left hand. You got G and B flat. This is line 2, by the way. Down to D and A. Back up to G and B flat. Then you have C and B flat to F and A. Octaves there again, just like the first line. And then careful E flat here. Then you have D and B flat. Down to octaves, just like before at the end of the first line. Then you have B flat by itself, another B flat by itself with this dotted half note here, and next you'll have to sprout your hand and play B flat, B flat, B flat, and then down to F octaves, and then the same thing but over F, 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 and then back up to B flats, and then F and B flat with 2 and 1 here. Alright, now I'm going to play it through the left hand full speed. This is what you're working up to, remember. Okay, now hands together, second line, very slow. Second line, now full speed. So there we go. Remember, that's what you're working up to. You won't be able to play that way right away. And here we go for the last line. You have C and A here. And then you have F and, well, oh yeah, just the right hand starting first. So you have C and A for the last line. And you have G, A, B flat, or F and B flat. Then you have D and B flat. Then to E natural in B flat. To C and F there for the third measure, F, and then D and B flat. We've had this before, but this time you're going to move down to A, regular A, E, G, or E flat G, sorry, E flat G, moving down to hit D and G, and then you're going to move your hand up to hit E flat and C with fingers 1 and 3, and there you have E flat, C, D, C, B flat with 5, 4, 3, 2, and I would do B flat, then A, then you have the 2 eighth notes. Now we're 4 measures from the end. This is probably the hardest part of the whole song, I think. You have to hit the B flat, or F and B flat there. You hit C, and then you're going to hit F and D, not too hard. We had that before. You're going to pick up, move your hand to hit C and E flat. And then you want to hit a B flat major chord, B flat, D, and F up there. Move down a little bit to G, B flat, C, F and D. You're going to move these up 1. Oops, sorry, don't forget about the E flat there. And then, now they have like a pretty big stretch here for the final chord, which is D, F, B flat, D. If you have trouble hitting that D up there, just hit the final B flat. And that little squiggle means you roll the chord. So instead of just playing it like a block chord, you play it one at a time from the bottom up. Just like that. And actually at the top of the squiggle, it's hard to see, but there's an arrow pointing up. That means you're going to go from the bottom to the top. If it has it pointing down, you would do it the opposite way. Alright, now for the right hand full speed. Just like that. Or that's what you're going to work up to. Okay, so now we have our left hand. You have F and A. We've had that before somewhere. And then you go down to E flat. Now for these, you have D and B flat, B flat and B flat, C and B flat, and then F and A, F, and then just 3 B flat octaves here, pretty easy. Then you move from, finger 5 here to finger 3 with the E flat and B. And then this one we have to be careful of because we're going to move this note, the top note with your thumb up, and the one there down. It's going to clash a little bit, but that is right. Then you have C octaves. You move to F, C, F. And then for this chord here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 measures in. They have F, A, F, and I don't like that so much. I would play like just octaves there and leave out the A, or you could hit F, B flat, F, along with the B flat up here, and then move that down as well. But I would just play octaves there. Now we're gonna hit the 2 F eighth notes. You have D and B flat. And then move up to hit B flat, C, and then another B flat major, just like we had with our right hand. Maybe the notes B flat, D, and F. You're going to move down to hit G and B flat, and then F and B flat, F and C, F and A, and then B flat, F, B flat, again with the squiggly going up. So you have to hit it like this. One thing I want to mention is this song is probably a good one to use the pedal. Just remember to lift up off the pedal every measure or so the sound doesn't bleed too much. So here we go. I'm going to play the whole left hand, full speed. So remember, that's what you're going to work up to. Alright, here we go. So the last line, hands together, slowly. last line full speed. Now it's okay to slow down a little bit here towards the end. This is like the dramatic moment. Now, I'm going to play the whole thing for you beginning to end. So this is what it will be like when, hopefully you're all finished. It might take a little while. And if you feel like this is too much for you, just learn the top notes of the song. Because that's your melody. And that is what people are going to recognize when they hear it. So you just take the very top notes. It pretty much sounds exactly like the song. The other notes are really just to fill it in. There we go. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Remember, if you feel like you've learned something through this lesson, give it a thumbs up, because that helps other people know that they can learn from this lesson as well. And remember to subscribe so you get all the latest and greatest updates from Lessons on the Web, all the new videos that are coming out. And of course, you're always welcome to come out to our live streams Fridays and Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this has been Tim from Lessons on the Web. That's it for the lesson for today, and I'll talk to you very soon in the next video. Thank you very much.